Okay, guys, welcome back to the channel. So after consulting with some of my mods here, I decided that I'm gonna actually break down these analyst videos of the tournament games into sections. So there'll be one game, the video will be Ace versus Billy as the first one that I just recorded. And then this will be Jake versus Myer. There'll be separate videos. So if people want to see the games or want to review how they played, this, that, and the other, that's how they can do so. This was a great contest between Jake and Myer that we're gonna be reviewing next. This game came down to the wire. They both actually, unlike the Ace versus Billy game, where it was both I think those were close games in general. Just Ace got the better advantage. Billy just made some blunders here and there. Billy could have won all three of those games, but he just blundered. This game was more so just very tactical in the way some people plays. So let's just get into it. Game one of Jake versus Myer. Myer playing as the white pieces, Jake as the black. Myer starting off with the Amaro opening, and apparently the analyst board is going to show these stuff here about how you should have played here. They're saying that Myer should have did this, but I want to take away the review, please. Can we please take away the review? Hold on. Let me try and refresh and see if it helps it. Okay, here we go. Anyways, sometimes the engine will do this, but before what I said about the game with Ace and what I said before about with Ace and Billy, I don't like putting my horses in this spot because here's the thing about the horses being over here compared to being here or in the middle of the board like I want them to be. So when a horse is on the side of the edge like this, especially when the game starts, he can only go 4 places. That's not a good place for your horse to be, whereas in the middle of the board, he gets double that. He gets 8 pieces. And starting the horse off, starting on the edge like this is just kind of risky, in my opinion. Jake goes with D5, taking advantage of the center board here. And I didn't say this with the Ace and Billy video, but having control of these 4 squares is a key thing in chess. So keep that in mind. And this move doesn't control any of these squares. Just being honest. C3 by Myer. And this is actually a good move because now you can actually get your bishop out. You can get your queen out if you really want to. You have some moves here and openings here. Jake goes with C6. Kind of a Caro Khan in a way, but not the correct opening to do it. Just saying. D3 for the bishop. Not bad opening here. I mean, you couldn't go really here or here because of these blockades of the pawns. And Jake goes and moves his rook out. Or I keep saying it's a rook. It's a horse, Wolf. It's a freaking horse. The knight gets moved out to F6. Myer decides the castle. G4. Man, it'd be so nice if you could get your queen out right here. Go in for a fatal checkmate on move 6. We'll see if Myer sees that or if Jake sees that, but that's a dangerous move right there because you have to get that horse out of there. I think Myer sees it though, and he uh-oh. Now here's the thing. I mean, the queen is gonna take that, right? It's guarded by the bishop. Move your queen right here. Just go in. Myer's scared to take it. You want to put their queen right there and make Myer have to take this and lose his queen to guard it. Or go up here and defend it. Especially if you do this, because this doesn't matter anymore. If you do, let's just say you go here, this goes here. That's actually still mate in 1. You can't do that. So, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If you move here, Myer has to take this. There's no way he can actually guard it. Can he guard it right here? I mean, yeah, he can push a pawn up. That's probably his only saving grace is either this pawn or taking up the queen. Will he see G3 if you did that? I don't know. I don't even know if he'll see this move right here that attacks this pawn right here for checkmate. But we'll progress. Jake goes with D7. Okay. Queen takes. Now, here's the thing. The reason he wasn't taking this before was because you had your bishop guarding it. You're moving your horse right here. Blocks that. It makes it a free rook or a free horse. Just bad play by Jake right there. Just bad all around. Myer takes it. Jake trying to salvage. He wants the queen. Myer just moves the queen back. Says, you can't have my queen. I pass check on no. Again, put it right there. Set up the attack again. Set up the attack. Instead, Jake decides, I'm taking your bishop. Which, okay, I mean, yeah, but I mean, you just lost 2 queens. And plus, here's the thing. You had an aggressive attack here. Meyer's not going to take it with the pawn. And Myer might not even see this queen attack that's going to just go rolling into his defense and is going to ruin the game for Myer. We don't know if Myer will see this or not. Now, Myer might come in the chat and be like, I was saw that, Wolf. I was saw it. Myer, it didn't happen in the game, so it doesn't matter. Jake just trades off both his horses. He gets a bishop for it, but, I mean, he traded both his horses for 1 bishop. G6. Myer decides to do the same thing. Right here, you have to do this. Go for the attack first, so Myer has to do something like this instead to block it. Jake decides not to do that. He decides, I want that queen. Going very aggressive is Jake right now. Just saying. Queen gets moved into this spot. Now you can't move this because the queen's going to threaten taking that and the rook. Right here, you probably have to defend this somehow, and you probably need to defend it. What is the best move here? Probably f6, just to make sure that you can't get into the back rank. Because if Myer gets back here, it's game over. But of course, Jake goes e4. And Myer says, okay, free rook. Thank you. Hi. I'm in your back rank now, and if I get something like this opened up, I'm threatening mate. Jake flees from the scene. Myer says, I like the pawn as well. Jake goes in aggressively after the horse and the pawn over here, not knowing that this is still not guarded, and this is just danger veils for Jake. And Myer does do that, in fact. Jake moves the bishop 1, going after the rook instead this time. Myer pushes the horse out. Jake probably should take the rook on f1. Does he take it? He does not. He moves the queen in instead. Myer just takes the bishop. And this is the thing as well, Jake. If you're going to move your bishop to attack this, just take it. Who cares if you lose like a rook for that? You can still like make some counterplay. Like, let's just say you do something like this, for example. Get your queen out, right? Maybe here. Threatening something, and then let's just say Myer does something like this. I mean, you have some counterplay here you can do to get back in this game. It is kind of hopeless at this point, but like, you're just in a bad spot in general here, and plus you just forgot about this piece that you left hanging. Like, this move just left it hanging right here, so I mean, if you're not going to do something where you just take the rook, at least move the bishop out of the way from it being taken. But instead, Jake lets it get taken. Jake defends, goes back and forth with the queen. He does not know what he's doing here. The queen goes into another pawn. This is looking dangerous for Jake here. Myer pushing the knights up. Jake is just trying to flee away with the king. A5 check. Jake goes into the corner. It's mate in 1. Mate. Checkmate. You can't go here. Knight guards it. Can't go here. Pawn guards it. You are absolutely fucked in this position, and you lose in 19 moves. Instead, Myer doesn't see it. He moves the horse the wrong way. He moves it here. It's over. But still, good advantage for Myer. Goes into the e5 position here. Jake shows some counterplay, but again, mate in 7 here by the yellow bar. Nice move by Myer. Just takes the queen. And that's still mate in 6. You take the queen, and then if you do something like maybe, I believe, right here for check, And then you move queen to c6. Like there's just too much play here that you can't guard. If you don't like play b8 by Jake, it's let's just say he does something different, like let's just say put the bishop here. It's mate in 1. So yeah, but Myer doesn't see that. He goes in for the attack over here instead. Elo bar, it still favors Myer, but there's like a slim chance for Jake here if he gets the right moves. Mate in 5. Queen goes in. 4. Mate in 1. Again. You gotta see these mate in 1 spots, man. Instead, Myer goes into your away to d5, and now it's mate in 5. b8. Mate in 4. Mate in 6. Attacks the queen, still mate in 5. Myer just takes the pawn, mate in 7. A5. Jake just trying to get out of it. Mate in 6. There was a mate in 2, by the way, right here. He had to do knight to e5, I believe. So like right here. No. Where? Knight to e5. Oh. Right here, and then whatever you do, let's just say a4, for example. You do knight to c6, which is checkmate right here as well. d4, pawn moves up. Queen moves up 1. Jake just takes the pawn. Myer moves the horse around. A move right here. I mean, check. Mate in 1 if he goes to a5. I believe he can only go to a5, right? It doesn't matter where he goes, a5 or a4. I mean, it's checkmate. He goes here. You just do queen takes a3, and it's mate. He goes instead if he goes here, queen to a3 is still mate because of the bishop guarding it. So yeah, Myer doesn't see. He goes for the attack on the rook instead. Rook goes and defends. Queen defends the horse. Jake moves the rook around, knight or king around, moving the pawn up. We got a lot of mate chances here. Jake just trades away, not letting him get her queen out. Or was it Jake? Oh no, Myer trades away, not letting Jake get queen out. Attacked by Myer here. Going to defend the horse and also attack the rook at the same time, probably. Pawn moves up, goes in for the check. I'm surprised he didn't just take the horse. That stuff goes there. Where was I? 35. Rook goes to a8. Queen to f3. I'm just missing, like, I'm going through all these, like, Myer has a lot of mate opportunities, not taking them. If it's something very obvious where it's mate in 1, I'm going to mention it. Myer here to a4. Or Jake to a4, sorry. Knight to b6. a6. Check right there by Myer. Horse moves. Mate in 2. Mate in 4 now. Okay, I was like thinking to myself, like, can't Jake do something here? Mate in 3. Mate in 1. Mate in 1. Yeah. Of course, didn't happen. Takes it with the he goes in for it with the pawn, I believe, instead, going up. Jake just takes the horse, which is good because that was leaving mate in 1, so now it's mate in 2. Myer can't do anything. Or Jake can't do anything. Myer's gonna move the pawn up. Jake is gonna just mess around here. He's trying to get he's trying just to get out of it basically at this point. Another mate in 1 here if he finds it. Mate in 2. There's another queen. Goes in for another check. Mate in 1. And I believe he finds this one, and that is game 1 over. Myer beats Jake in game 1. Let's get to game 2. All right, we're on the game 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. Jake is now the white pieces. Myer is the black. Let's get started here. Jake moves the queen pawn up, and Myer goes and attacks that pawn right away. And Jake says, I'm going to move my bishop out. Myer is not going to take the pawn that's basically getting guarded by the queen only. Instead, he's going to do maybe a kennel. Maybe? I'm guessing. Jake says, I'm going to move this out here. He's doing the classic London system. He's going to get this bishop probably right in this spot here on D3. Make the little pyramid castle here. And just, wait for his right time to play. A6 for Myer. There's the pyramid. Jake moves the horse instead. He's going to take his time before he puts the bishop in the spot that it needs to be in. B5 by Jake. Or by Myer. A3. Oh, I like putting the knight here on in the London, but that's just me. I mean, okay, whatever. Again, like I said before, it only attacks 4 squares when it's on the side of the edge like that, but it's fine. H5. Okay. B3. I'm waiting for this to be made right here because I mean, come on, we still have the castles. While you're gonna castle alongside Jake, what are we doing here? A5. Going for the queen. Jake sees it. He actually plays it well, but now he gives Myer an advantage because Myer now has the advantage on the elo bar. But Myer's not taking advantage of it. He goes for another attack on the queen. Depending on what Jake does here, if he loses his queen, it's bad. He goes in instead. Another good move by Myer could make this elo bar go crazy. Myer goes in for the queen again with the rook, and again the elo bar says this is not the right move. D5 is threatening taking either this, taking this. More than likely, this is going to be wide open for the taking, and plus it pins the horse because it leaves this wide open. This is what happened in the game, by the way. Myer did take the queen. Let's be honest here. This right here, you're in this spot. You do this. Even if this moves out of the way, let's just say it moves here. I mean, you can just move. There's a lot of stuff. You have to get that queen out of the way. You have to get the queen probably out, but at the same time, I mean, you just left the queen hanging just to basically die. Jake does trade. Now, here's the advantage here for Jake, though, is that he had all these pieces are not developed. He has this whole army in the back rank right now, only a horse out, where Jake has most of his pieces actually developed. He just needs to get this bishop out into this spot here. And by the way, Jake, this move right here, not even possible if the bishop wasn't freaking developed. I mean, let's be honest. You go here. I mean, you move the queen out last. You're not supposed to move it out right away. Let's just say this. He moves up this, you do this first, and then you move the queen right here if you really want to go aggressive with it. You don't move the queen out first. You don't move the queen out like that first. He just trapped his queen for no reason. And later on, if this happens where your queen, this is right here, the bishop is at least in this square where this can't actually work. We're back in here though, where Jake still has to get the bishop out, and finally he makes the move that he should have made hours before that would have prevented his queen from being taken. Myer pushes back out. Jake goes in for the horse, trying to pin it to the queen, but there's that pawn right there that's blocking it. Can't be made a fool of. Myer knows it. He moves his pawn up one. Castle by Jake. Myer moves the rook there. I mean, you want a bishop for a rook, I'll trade you a bishop for a rook any time of the day. Jake agrees with me. Myer does not want to take. He goes instead going for a double attack here. Jake decides to let him do the double attack? What is Jake thinking here? I mean, I would say this pawn, but I mean, that's not really open. Okay? I swear something crazy happens this game. Don't worry, guys. Myer goes in for another pawn attack here. He's probably going for the horse, but trying to put the queen in good position here to actually go attacking. Jake kind of defends it right here because here's the thing. If he goes here and then tries to go into the back rank here, the rooks are probably meeting him there. And this is where it all goes down south here because he opens up the C file for Jake. And Myer can take this, but I mean, like, don't know if he wants to be in that spot. He does take it. B1, Jake should not really defend. I mean, yeah, he has to defend it because of that spot, but I mean, like, you have a good C file. Maybe defend and move this rook right back over here. C5, another take. Queen takes. I mean, at this point, why not? It's a blunder. Myer won't make that mistake of like giving away his queen just for the rook. I don't think. But even if he does take it, I mean, it helps you out in the long run. Because if he does take that, look at the elo bar. Goes down to 8, which is better than 16 for him. So he moves it to A1, kind of not defending this pawn anymore, defending the A pawn instead. Queen moves back 1. We're looking for an attack maybe right here if I'm Myer. Don't really have the bishop developed to really do that. Don't have horses either, sadly. Goes in for an attack, does Jake on the queen. Myer goes in on the side here. A nice attack on the pawn here, but leaving the B pawn wide open. If you would have left the rook right here on B, you could have moved that up, and then that would have been defended by the other pawn. And plus, it would have opened another file for your rooks to actually do some damage. So he lets him get the pawn. But here's the thing as well. Myer did not realize the horse is also guarding that pawn. Good play by Jake, because that was a really good trap right there for beginner players that, some players will not actually see. Defends the horse. Not bad. That pawn is not guarded. How are we going to guard this pawn, Jake? We're not going to guard it at all. Instead, we're going to say this. I'm going to move my horse out. We're going to let you look at my look. Myer, you're going to look at this because here's what's going to happen. You're going to take this. I'm going in for checkmate. Good trap. Great trap. Leaving that pawn wide open for the taking that Myer can take. And then moving the horse being like, okay, do you want to take? You want to trade? And I'll just get checkmate right here. Nasty trap right there. And Myer sees it. Now, here's the thing. If I'm Jake, I'm just going right in. And he does do that. And the advantage has gone all the way for white. Myer knows that he's in a checkmate position. Has to move his pawn out. Jake goes in. Gets a check. Take the bishop as well. Okay, attack. Okay. Make him decide. Which one you want to lose? You want to lose your rook or do you want to lose your bishop? Myer decides he doesn't want to lose his bishop. Jake says, okay, I'll take the bishop. And then Myer just blunders another rook. Bad taking right there. Just losing that, and then Jake loses his other rook right there. But I mean, like, I think Myer thought that, okay, well, if he moves this back over here, I can at least still trade and then, like, that stuff. But I mean, like, I don't know if you really want to trade when you're down pieces. I mean, you do have a pass pawn that can get, like, probably to the rank, but when you have a rook out there, it's hard to, like, to stop it. Right here is a worse position for Myer because this pawn is basically has to go through this, and your king is far away to where this and this is easy free pawn. Even this and this. But you don't want to do that. You want to do like how I did, because that would make it where the pawn can't get away. Because if you do that, if you do this, the pawn can walk still, and you can't take it like diagonally. You have to go in here, and then you have to waste an extra move just to take it. But anyways, I progress. E4. D5. Jake takes. Myer takes. Jake says, okay, I'm giving you a check. Moves out of the way. Jake goes with his F pawn instead. I would move right here. Grab this pawn. Just in case. This pawn's now also a threat as well that you have to, like, consider. Myer goes in the middle here. Nice move right there by Jake. Myer goes down with the rook or with the king. Another pawn trade. Jake giving away pawns for free, basically. He goes and takes the pawn to the left. Um, Now Jake is starting to actually gobble up some pawns here. He breaks one of the pawns off. Myer blocks it. Jake now has a pass pawn, but this pawn's getting through. Myer's going to be able to do this. I mean, you're still in a bad position even if you do like get rid of it. So I understand where Myer's coming from right here. Queen. Jake just gives away his bishop. He goes in and he's like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take this pawn. I got my queen first. And then he goes to the side. Myer can't stop this from actually happening, so Jake just takes it, puts the king in check. King has to move over to back to its pawn. Another check. He's gonna try and use his pawns to basically defend. And then right here is just a bad spot because that is just right there. And then Myer would be trapped in the classic move that Jake would be able to use to end this game would be the rook and queen, the rook and king end game, which Jake knows very well because I pounded into his head. That's what he would have used on Myer. He wouldn't have used the queen king spot because I know him. But like this is easier for him to understand, so he would have won this game easily with that spot. But a good win for Jake off of resignation, so it's now 1-1 in this series, and it's tied. So we go to game 3. Myer is white, Jake is the black pieces. This is for the marbles. This is who wins the set and who goes 1-0 in the series and joins Ace undefeated. H3. We're going back to this system again by Myer. This time, Jake is going to actually play the Caro-Kann correctly. But there's no center pawn to really make it like a decision for Jake. He's not used to these openings that Myer does. And Myer castles right away. He gets his pieces developed in castles. I mean, again, hey, the horse right here in this spot, I don't like it myself, but it's working for him. I can't deny it. Jake goes in with the horse here. And again, we can have another series where this attack right here on this pawn, on this H pawn, is dangerous for Myer. And I don't know if Myer sees it. But Jake doesn't see it either because he goes back instead going after the bishop. I mean, like, you're right here. What's going to happen? Like, this is just, I don't know. I don't know what Jake is seeing. Oh, and now the, you see the elo bar went all the way down for Myer here. And Jake doesn't see it. I mean, I think the correct spot is a take, and then probably bishop takes, and this takes, which gives the advantage probably to black. But yeah, bishop going after the queen. You can't take it because the horse is guarding it, but you have to move the queen regardless. So you have to move it probably right here or in out of the way right here. So Myer's forced to move the queen. He moves the bishop instead, which is nice, not bad. Even if you want to just take the queen, take the bishop, I wouldn't mind this because, like, I mean, it's just a trade. Jake doesn't want to instead, and now he trades it. Okay, not bad. Horse is hanging. Jake needs to realize that horse is hanging. Myer instead, Jake doesn't see it. Goes to b5. Elabar says that's fucked up, and right there, that's why I said the horse was hanging. Let's see. Jake goes in with a pawn take. Myer takes the pawn. We got some trades here going on. I mean, why even do this move here if you're just going to go back after it? And I mean, like, this was to attack the bishop, and you move back. Jake. Still rookie mistakes. Myer going in on the aggression here. Jake doesn't know what he's really doing here. Gonna force an attack on that knight again, probably. But he forgot about the bishop. It's in the back. Jake is still trying here. We got mate in 3 by Myer. Mate in 4 now. What's the mate in 3? Oh, the queen goes into b7 for the check. Or b8 for the check because you can't stop it. You have to move here. And then I believe this is also check. And then you also got queen goes to a8. And then the checkmate is right here for Myer. Just to show the checkmate, but Myer goes instead of moving the horse. Did he grab something with the horse? He grabbed his queen with the horse, so he basically traded his horse for a queen. Myer getting some stuff here, and Jake just basically getting 2 horses for his queen, which is shocking. I thought Myer would actually move his horse out of the way, put it maybe in this spot right here for a check, force the queen down, and then just go in with another check and defend the horse at the same time, more than likely. Didn't happen. There's another check by Myer. Myer goes to the other side. I'm kind of surprised that after this, he didn't just take this and trade that down. Make it a lot more simpler for Myer. And then you got checkmate in 1, which is right here. And that would have been over. Game over right there. But instead, Myer goes in for the kill right there. Jake gets his rook out. We got a checkmate in 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Checkmate in 1 right here, guys. I mean... Oh, wait, that's checkmate in 2. Where's the checkmate in 1? Oh, a4. Okay, no one would ever see that in this tournament. I guarantee you, no one would ever see a pawn checkmate right there like that. So don't blame me about that. But anyways, Myer goes down, and then there's a checkmate right there with the rook, and ends this game off here. Myer wins against Jake, 2-1 in the series. Myer gets 4 points, Jake gets 2. Ace had like 9 points by beating Billy, by the way, which I gotta mention because I didn't mention that in the other video. But yeah, guys, this tournament's getting very, very interesting. Up next, we'll be probably reviewing Shu versus Vea. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.